Hi there and welcome to Art from the Cottage, where you'll see me paint a seascape. And I'd like to start off by saying there's no better way to learn how to paint than to watch and just watch and take it in, and all this, step by step, lots and lots of instruction and all this special paints and expensive paints. And I don't use expensive paints. I use all kinds of paints. I use middle of the road paint, I use cheap paints, I use ordinary household acrylic paints sometimes. So all this, you have to use this and you have to use that. No, don't believe in it. So I'm going to be using blue, brown, pale yellow, purple, raw umber, cream and white and black. And I mix all my colours, so there is no actual colour that you can buy in a tube. It's best to mix the colour and just intuitively mix the colour and like it. And just keep mixing something till you like it. And if you make a mistake, oh well, you wipe it off your palette and you start again. So as you can see, I'm painting the palette in my usual very, very dark blue, navy blue. I'm not going to bore you with a step by step. You can actually see what I'm doing. So I paint in an impressionist style with acrylic paints, and it's quite important to dry it thoroughly in between each section. So I'm just deciding where the sky ends and the sea begins here. I'm just putting a little bit of lightness into the sky as well. So here I'm just painting in the area that I want the sea to be in, with a colour like a sort of turquoisey colour that I mixed myself. And it's just very pale blue, basically, with just a tad of green. And I mean a tad. Now I'm deciding where the cliffs should be in the painting, and it doesn't really matter what colour you use, because you're going to change that. You're going to add to it and embellish it. It's just to give me an idea on how the composition is going to be. It's like a sketch, really, at the moment. And so here I'm putting some darks and lights in the foreground. So I've just been working on the foreground, so I need to let that dry, and I'll go back to the sky now, which has dried, and I'm putting in some darks in the sky. I'm using a very dark sort of purple colour. So I'm using a dark purple grey colour that I mixed myself, and it's looking good against the sort of denim colour of the sky. Now, as soon as I start putting the lights in of the clouds, it shows up the stormy rain clouds that I've got there. And now I go back to the foreground and let the sky dry. A little bit of cloud that I've got in there. I start to put in a little bit of the detail in the sea, a little bit of surf. And suddenly the painting starts to come to life. A little bit more surf, adding to that beautiful pale blue, turquoise blue. A little bit more cloud detail going in there. We've got a very stormy, stormy night here. Just going twilight down here in Cornwall. Now I think we should put in a little lighthouse, a lonely lighthouse. And believe it or not, the tiny little details are the hardest to do in any painting. If you do little figures on the beach or a moon or a lighthouse or birds or ships, they're always the hardest to do. So you just keep going over them and adding to them and taking away and adding and taking away till you like them. And let's not forget, it's really all about what you like, what pleases you, what pleases your eye, and what you're happy with. And if you're happy with it, that's all that matters. By the way, I'm using a wooden skewer like you have for shish kebabs. I always find that that's good for doing little small things. So I just put in a few seagulls. So I'm putting the birds in with these, with that wooden skewer. It's quite pointy at one end. I find that works really good. I've gone over my lighthouse and made little adjustments to it. As usual. Paint my sides. So now I'm painting the sides of the canvas, and I'm going to wrap the painting around it. The painting is going to continue on the sides and the top and the bottom. Some people just paint the sides white or black or, whatever. But I always continue the seam around the sides. I think it looks better like that. It looks good from any angle then. Some final details going in now to the sides of the painting, just to complete the whole thing. So, Twilight in Cornwall. I think that's a pretty apt description and title. So we're at the end of the painting now, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, if you liked it, it would be lovely if you would press the like button for me. and subscribe to my channel. If you did, I'd be really, really happy. So with that, I'll say bye for now, and as always, love from Cornwall.